Hello and welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. Today's video is going to be a very short video where I reveal 4 niches that are perfect for KDP low content books. They are low competition, they are high demand. The potential of these niches is amazing, and I would like to share them with you today because the total results are quite low for 3 of these niches. So let's get started. We are here in Creative Fabrica, my go-to when it comes to KDP interiors, graphics, fonts, everything that you need to get started you can find right here. Currently they are running a $1 for the first month, a trial that you could find the link to that in the description box below. Now let's get started with the first niche for today's video, and the first niche for today's video is Tax Daily Checklist Notebook. And although the total results are 2,545, but I feel like this niche has great potential. The average price for that is $7.97, making this a perfect niche for Amazon KDP and a keyword niche score of 43. It has many different books that are currently rated as received a bestseller rank, and as you can tell here, some of these books are even listed under this niche that are not directly linked to the topic of daily tax checklist. This one, for example, here's a ledger book. This one's a tax auditors, but they are still ranking. Why? Because possibly this keyword has been used as part of the 7 keyword slots. So their books are ranking for this keyword. So let's have a look at this one, for example. Where was it? This tax checklist notebook. Let's see what are the interior like, and I'm always a fan of the front cover having a copy of the interior. A couple of others we're going to see. This one's a tax checklist as well. Tax checklist notebook. Now I think that it's best to list this as a price of $6.99, $7.99, just because of it is a repetitive kind of book that's more to do with taxes. So let's have a look at the interior as an example. This book is listed for $6.99. As you can tell here, a simple ready to go checklist with a name and address and phone number, and there we go, repetitive page after page or duplicate pages. Now you can easily find that in Creative Fabrica. We're going to have a look at the interiors at the end of this video, so stay tuned. A couple of things that I would like to look at apart from the price is how many pages. 110, recently published in February of 2022, and a large size 8.5 times 11 inches. Let's see if this book has been is categorized under a different category. No, because it is a recently published book, no categories are shown. The second niche for the day is 100 questions for couples before marriage, and it has a total results of 145, which is amazing. A very low search, very low total results, which means lower competition in this case, and a keyword niche score of 47. Average price is $11.16, making this a great niche. A couple of others are also listed as as bestsellers. For example, this one, questions for couples journal, that's a keyword right there that you could also check out. This one, for example, 100 questions to ask before you get married, 100 essential questions to ask before you say I do. A couple of really good ones as well. You might want to have a look at the interior. For example, let's have a look at, let me try to find a good example right here so we could have a look. I think the last one was great. Let me just open this up, see if we can have a look at the interior as well as other ones. 320 ratings, most of them are 5-star ratings. Let's have a look at what we could find in the interiors aisle. Now 112 pages, and this one's not a KDP book, but why am I looking inside this book? Because it will give me inspiration for what kind of interior I can aim for. Now obviously I don't want to write a whole book just in this case, but I can get some ideas on prompts. Now whenever you see a book that's ranking really well that's not related to Amazon KDP and that is not low content, I still advise you to pick through, have a look and see what kind of interior it is, what kind of things are people commenting about it, what section. For example, many people love this book and they're dedicating the time to write a lengthy review, also some pictures of the interiors. Now let's see where this book is ranking, under what category. If I could just peek through and see what category this book is ranking for, that would work amazing. So let's have a look at the third niche for the day. 50 States Mandela coloring book with a total result of 280 and a keyword niche score of 55 and an average price of 7.41. This is a coloring book that's Mandela theme, but it's about the 50 states of the USA, and this one's a great example right here. And the rest are also. Let's have a look and see if we can open a couple of these and see what's inside the interior. So it's basically a Mandela theme of the states of America. Let's have a look at the first one, for example, and see if we can get some inspiration or some ideas of that. Priced at $6.99, and there's a look inside feature which I am waiting for it to load at the moment so we can have a look. Now the interiors you can easily get from Creative Fabrica, and then you can upload them to Canva as a PDF document if they're available, and you can easily add your own title. You can change the font, you can add elements here and there just to make it your own and to make it really unique. This one's begin your artful journey around the United States of America and the features of the book and what it has inside. Also some of the states and information, fun facts that you need to know about the states and about America in general. And there we go, a coloring book about a coloring page about Alabama, and before that we have a whole biography on the Alabama state, including the capital, the foods, when it became a state, and also fun facts as well and wildlife that are known in that state. So super simple, black and white interior, a little bit of research done, and it's also 106 pages, 8 times 10 inches, and it's been published in 2020, categorized under children's citizenship book, called children's Independence Day books, and children's sociology books. You might want to make a note of the categories that this book is ranking for, because it's really essential to know what are the right categories to place your book in when you are in the uploading process. Let's have a look at the final niche for the day, which is Jiu-Jitsu journal. I do hope that I pronounced that correctly. It has a total results of 180 and a keyword niche score of 52. Average price is $13.32, and it's more of a notebook or a journal type book. For example, let's have a look at here. This one has a BSR of 818,454. This one's sitting at 446,726. Let's have a look at the interior of this one, for example, before we head to Creative Fabrica. This one has 22 ratings, a Jiu-Jitsu notebook priced at $8.99, and the theme of it is Jiu-Jitsu, as you can tell on the cover. But let's have a look at the interior to see what kinds of things are inside the interior this journal belongs to. There we go, the goals for the day, the drill count, the hit count, and then notes about the techniques, mind map section, and wait, it's repeating one after one. So let's start off by going to Creative Fabrica, writing our keyword right now for the last niche that we did, and let's have a look at the types of interiors that are available that we can be able to download. Now, if you have a subscription for Creative Fabrica, you can easily download the interiors, and here we've got 13 interiors. As you can tell, I went to the category section and I filtered it through the KDP interiors, and it shows 13 results. Let's have a look at a couple of results here. Great interiors that you can easily download, alter, make unique changes, small changes here and there, add a how-to page, an instruction page for example would do well in order to show people how to use the notebook or the journal. Let's have a look at this one here, an example right here, and it's currently received 1 review. So the second one is also looks, as soon as we open it we'll be able to see what's inside. It's simple, it's easy. I would personally remove the black background on each of these subheadings, just because I feel like it looks much more better without that black background on the subheadings. So we had a look at this niche. Let's have a look at the other niche, which is the 50 States Mandela coloring book. So we're going to head right back to Creative Fabrica as usual, and then remove this one, see what we could come up with. We have a whole SVG bundle of the 50 states, and there we go. First result, perfect. And this is exactly the images that were used in the previous book. Now we don't want to use these images as is. We can add some elements to make it unique. We can add anything that makes our book special, such as description page, such as some maybe make it a funny quotes page, or maybe quotes by experts and by professors or by heroes from specific states. Would be great, because they would be also seek as inspiration and they would represent the states as well. So let's have a look. Beautiful section right there. I'm going to go ahead and add it to favorites, which I'll get back to this later on when I'm actually attempting to create a book under this niche. So let's have a look at the other one, which is 100 questions for couples before marriage, and see what we could find here. Now you could also use the graphics. There are many beautiful graphics by lovely artists who have illustrated wonderful images that you could use for the covers. Now the covers are another great element that really help in getting the book found, getting the book noticed, getting the book sold as well. So because this is a large title, let's try to cut it down a little bit. We have a couple of results as well. Let's see what comes up. We have 11 results. Among them are 4 KDP interiors, just by the searching the 100 questions for couples here. So you can download some of these, you can combine them, you can change the images as well, anything to make them unique. So let's have a look at the first niche that we discussed, which is this one. I'm going to go ahead and remove the word notebook, just because I want to get an overall result. Let's have a look right here. Now with Creative Fabrica, you got to be careful, because sometimes you just click on a in the search results, you click and type something, and then something other than that opens up, because there's going to be a okay, let's try this time. A tax checklist. There we go. We've got small business planner, we got a tax checklist notepad, we have other bundles that include a tax checklist, or otherwise they wouldn't have appeared in today's results. So there we go. Creative Fabrica is wonderful resource to use for creating and maintaining your KDP small business. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, support the channel. I'd love to have you on board. We do daily videos talking about passive income streams, about income reveals, strategies and techniques to help you make money online. I'd love to have you on board.